evil. How can someone so seemingly normal harbor such darkness within? This question has haunted humanity for centuries, and perhaps no one embodies this chilling duality more than Ted Bundy. His story is a stark reminder that evil often wears a mask of familiarity, hiding in plain sight until it's too late. Ted Bundy was more than just a killer. He was a master manipulator, a chameleon who could blend seamlessly into any crowd. Bundy's case shocked the world, not only for the brutality of his crimes, but also for the unsettling realization that a monster could walk among us, undetected and unsuspected. His case became a turning point in criminal profiling, forcing law enforcement and psychologists to confront the chilling reality of psychopathy. Ted Bundy's reign of terror shocked a nation, but the seeds of his darkness were sown long before he became a household name. Raised to believe his grandparents were his parents, and his mother, Eleanor Louise Cowell, was his older sister. Young Ted carried the weight of this deception. His grandfather, Samuel Cowell, a man Bundy both idolized and feared, loomed large in his early life. Despite the turmoil that simmered beneath the surface, Bundy navigated his childhood with a deceptive normalcy. He excelled in school, charming both classmates and teachers with his intelligence and charisma. However, beneath this carefully constructed facade, there were cracks, glimpses of a darker nature struggling to break free. Bundy's early experiences, from the weight of his family's secret to his grandfather's volatile temper, painted a disturbing picture. As Bundy transitioned into adulthood, his ability to compartmentalize, to separate his outward charm from the darkness festering within, grew more sophisticated. His enrollment at the University of Washington marked a pivotal point in Bundy's transformation. It was here, amidst the bustling campus life, that he chose to delve into the complexities of the human mind. Majoring in psychology, his time at the University of Washington provided him with the perfect hunting ground, a place where he could observe, analyze, and ultimately prey upon unsuspecting victims. The hallowed halls of academia became Bundy's twisted playground. He excelled in his psychology studies, absorbing knowledge that he would later twist and contort to serve his dark desires. Bundy's understanding of human behavior, gleaned from textbooks and lectures, became a weapon, a means to identify and exploit the weaknesses of his victims. He was a predator, studying his prey, learning how to better hunt and capture them. Bundy's ability to compartmentalize, to separate his dark desires from his outward persona, was chillingly effective. He cultivated an image of normalcy, carefully constructing a life that would deflect suspicion. Bundy's charm was his most potent weapon. He used this charm to disarm his victims, lulling them into a false sense of security before striking. He was a wolf in sheep's clothing, a master manipulator who understood the intricacies of human interaction and used them to his advantage. macabre twist, Bundy even volunteered at a suicide crisis hotline. Here, he presented himself as a compassionate and empathetic listener, offering words of comfort to those teetering on the brink. Bundy's volunteer work was just another layer of his carefully constructed facade, a way to further solidify his image as a caring and compassionate individual. Bundy's colleagues at the hotline were shocked and horrified when his true nature was revealed. Amidst the carefully constructed facade, a storm brewed within Ted Bundy. It was during his time at the University of Washington that Bundy met Stephanie Brooks, a young woman who would become a pivotal figure in his life. Stephanie was everything Bundy thought he wanted: beautiful, intelligent, and from a wealthy family. Their relationship, however, was tumultuous. The inevitable breakup, when it came, shattered Bundy, unable to comprehend how Stephanie could reject him. Many psychologists and criminologists believe that Bundy's breakup with Stephanie Brooks was a turning point, a catalyst that ignited the smoldering darkness within him. The rejection, in his mind, was a profound injustice, fueling a rage that festered and grew. Bundy's inability to process his emotions in a healthy way, coupled with his already warped worldview, created a dangerous cocktail. The breakup with Stephanie Brooks did not create a monster. It unleashed one. The year was 1974. Across the United States, a sense of unease settled upon the nation. Young women, vibrant and full of life, were vanishing without a trace, their disappearances leaving behind a chilling void. Little did anyone know that a monster walked among them, hiding in plain sight, his charming facade masking a heart of unspeakable darkness. Ted Bundy's reign of terror had begun. Bundy was a master manipulator, a chameleon who could transform himself to fit any situation. He would approach his victims in public places, often using a ruse to gain their trust. Once he had his victims alone and vulnerable, Bundy would overpower them, often striking them with a blunt object and rendering them unconscious. Bundy's crimes were not merely acts of violence. They were meticulously planned and executed rituals of control and domination. As Bundy's body count grew, so too did the fear that gripped the nation. Law enforcement agencies across the country were baffled. Bundy's ability to blend in, to appear normal and unassuming, made him a ghost, a phantom preying on the innocent. The nation held its breath, united in fear and outrage, desperate for the nightmare to end. As the investigation into Ted Bundy's crimes intensified, law enforcement turned to a new breed of crime fighters: forensic psychologists. Bundy's case presented a unique challenge. Forensic psychologists meticulously pieced together Bundy's life, analyzing his childhood, his relationships, and his behaviors, searching for clues that would unlock the secrets of his psyche. Bundy's psychological profile revealed a textbook case of antisocial personality disorder, a condition characterized by a disregard for social norms, a lack of remorse, and a propensity for deceit and manipulation. Bundy's need for control, a hallmark of his disorder, was evident in every aspect of his crimes, from the meticulous planning to the ritualistic nature of his attacks. Forensic psychologists also explored the role of Bundy's troubled childhood in shaping his pathology. Ted Bundy's reign of terror may have ended in the cold sterility of the execution chamber, but his case continues to haunt the halls of forensic psychology. Bundy's ability to evade capture for so long, to blend into society and appear normal, despite the darkness that consumed him, forced law enforcement to rethink their approach to criminal profiling. His case highlighted the need for a deeper understanding of psychopathy, a recognition that evil can lurk behind the most unassuming facades. The study of Ted Bundy's psyche, though unsettling, has helped to equip law enforcement and mental health professionals with the knowledge and tools to better identify and apprehend those who prey on the innocent. January 15, 1978, the Chi Omega sorority house, a place of sisterhood and shared dreams, became the stage for Ted Bundy's most brazen and brutal attack. Under the cover of darkness, Bundy slipped into the sorority house, his mind consumed by a maelstrom of rage and twisted desires. Armed with a piece of oak firewood and a cold, calculated fury, Bundy moved through the house, leaving a trail of carnage in his wake. Margaret Bowman and Lisa Levy, their lives brimming with promise, were murdered, their futures brutally extinguished by Bundy's savagery. The Chi Omega murders sent shockwaves across the nation. The brutality of the attacks, coupled with the fact that Bundy had breached the perceived safety of a sorority house, ratcheted up the fear that had been simmering for years. The investigation into the Chi Omega murders was relentless. It was during this investigation that a crucial piece of evidence emerged: bite marks. This forensic breakthrough, combined with eyewitness accounts and other circumstantial evidence, formed an unbreakable chain linking Bundy to the carnage at the Chi Omega house. The courtroom was abuzz, packed with spectators, eager to catch a glimpse of the man who had terrorized a nation. Ted Bundy, once a figure of mystery, now stood exposed, his mask of normalcy stripped away. The evidence against him was overwhelming, a damning tapestry woven from forensic analysis and eyewitness accounts. Bundy clung to control, representing himself with narcissistic bravado. He even proposed marriage to his girlfriend, Carol Ann Boone, during the trial. Despite his manipulation, justice would be served. On January 24th, 1989, Ted Bundy's reign of terror ended. Ted Bundy's death marked the end of a horrific chapter in American history. His name, forever etched in the annals of crime, became synonymous with evil. Yet even in death, Bundy's shadow lingers, his case continuing to fascinate and horrify. His ability to compartmentalize has become a subject of endless study for criminologists and psychologists. Bundy's crimes forced law enforcement to to embrace forensic psychology. Ted Bundy's legacy is a complex and troubling one.